it's going to take more than a carpet cleaner to get rid of the evidence.
Exactly.
When police search his apartment, they find traces of Grace's blood. The credit card payments, the witness testimony, cell phone locations placing Grace and Jesse together, and the staggering detail found in the surveillance footage backed their suspect into a corner, and in his second interview
that's enough evidence to get this nigga arrested, isn't it?
We started having sex. At first it was just normal. It was very placid. And then she asked me if we could get into bondage.
Lies.
And then all I remember...
It's December 1st, 2018. CCTV records 22-year-old Grace and her Tinder date, Jesse, getting ready to leave a bar.
This is exactly the reason I would never go on dating apps, bro.
From the outside, everything seemed to be going perfectly well.
You never know who you're gonna meet on the dating app.
Soon after, they could be seen heading to a nearby hotel and up to Jesse's hotel room shortly after.
See, that's even worse. You're not gonna take me back to your house, gang? A hotel room?
Last time Grace would ever be seen alive.
This is the last time. I'll get done.
The next day happened to be her birthday, and nobody
you died day before your birthday?
And the same was true even days after. It was like she disappeared off the face of the earth. Her friends and family quickly reported her missing, but to no avail. Meanwhile, Jesse was recorded on CCTV out and about, going up and down the elevator, carrying
killed somebody and went to go buy some fucking shoes.
A suitcase. A suitcase with contents that would shock everyone to the core.
Her body? Did he chop her up?
Had another date lined up, and if the cops don't intervene and arrest him quickly, this girl, as well as countless others, could fall victim to the very same man.
Why? Why does he do this? Okay, everybody subscribe, bro. Let's lock in.
From the beginning? Yeah.
At 5:37 p.m. on December 1st, 2018, Grace, who just finished a backpacking journey from England to New Zealand, leaves her hostel to meet Jesse. Meanwhile, Jesse is having pre-date drinks at a local bar, downing several beers before the date begins. In fact, as he leaves the bar, you can still see at least 4 empty bottles sitting on the table. They meet in a popular spot where there's plenty of people, making Grace feel safe while she meets her date for the first time. But this will be a false sense of security, as Jesse has no plans to try anything untoward in public. He's going to wait until they're alone.
Bro,
suspecting nothing, Grace accompanies Jesse to a bar where they drink together for over an hour before they head
just met up with a random nigga, went to dinner, and then went back to his hotel room.
A bar named Bluestone Room around 8:30 p.m. This will be where Jesse tries his luck and sees if he can get a little closer to Grace.
Hey, bestie, hey mom, I'm about to go meet this guy, maybe go back to his hotel afterwards. Let a nigga know where I'm at.
This is when Jesse takes a trip to the bathroom and where Grace sends her very last message to anyone, telling her friends that it's going amazingly well and that she just clicks with him so well.
Yeah, you gonna click into that night too,
She's probably excited to spend the night with a man that she genuinely likes. She could have had no idea that instead, he was about to end her life in one of the most horrific ways possible.
There's no way to tell if a nigga a killer. You can't tell until you're dead.
The next morning, Grace's phone starts to receive a ton of messages. It's her birthday, and there are plenty of friends who want to send her their best wishes.
She died the day before her birthday.
And every one
sad.
of these messages goes unanswered. The first sign that something is wrong is at 8 a.m. when Jesse enters the very same elevator, this time on his own, throwing the camera a suspicious glance. During that night, Jesse killed Grace by strangulation, and now he's going to try to do everything he can to cover up his crime, and he needs to do it quickly, because he's
why the fuck you do it in a hotel? You're getting caught!
By 8:07 a.m., Jesse is in town and about to start the most eerie shopping trip possible. He starts at the warehouse on Elliott Street, where he buys a suitcase that he plans to hide Grace's body in. He checks out the width and depth of the suitcase to make sure it'll fit her, so he can dispose of her body before anyone can catch him.
Bro,
then,
it's just
25 minutes later, he makes his way to another store, where he buys a number of cleaning products that will be used to clean up the murder scene. Then he returns to his apartment for a number of hours, reappearing at 10:42 a.m. before he jumps in a taxi and Apex Car Rental where he rents a car. But it's what he does next that's truly shocking, and puts pressure on the cops to discover and solve his murder as quickly as possible. As Grace's body lies in the apartment, Jesse goes on a date with another girl he'd met on Tinder.
Not even 24 hours, this nigga going on another date.
We're not sure whether Kempson was as pushy in his initial messages to this girl, but what we do know is that the conversation he struck up with her during the date not only brought up some major red flags.
I'm just wondering, like, if you go on these dates with these
allegedly
beautiful women,
to talk
you know,
to her about where to hide a
clicking
dead
with these
body from
niggas.
the police.
Why are you
Right
killing
away,
them? I just
the
don't
date is
understand
over.
why.
At 8:56 p.m., we can see Jesse carrying a piece of equipment back to his apartment. More precisely, it's a carpet cleaner, and he's going to try and use that carpet cleaner to try and remove any trace of Grace's
nobody's
presence
wondering
at
why
his
is he bringing up a
apartment.
big ass
two bottles of cleaner in his
carpet
hand,
cleaner back to
making
a
sure he's
hotel
got
room.
enough to get the job done. 30 minutes
No one
later,
cares about
and we're greeted with the
keeping the
product
room
of all
clean
his
that
hard
much
work.
in a
He's
hotel.
about to try and hide the body. He reappears in the elevator with a trolley carrying several luggage bags, one of which is the suitcase that he'd bought earlier that morning. It's way too heavy to carry, as inside is Grace's dead body. Of course,
crazy.
he can't walk through the streets with this amount of baggage, which is exactly why he hired the rental car. Minutes later,
no one's
he's
gonna
loading
smell
the
it?
rental car with all of the baggage,
Oh, no,
ready to make the next
she hasn't
move
had time
in
to,
his
like,
attempt to
decompose.
cover up this
Or
murder,
anything, hasn't even been
hiding the
24
body
hours.
in a place he thinks no one will
sound
find it. The next morning at 7 a.m., Jesse buys a shovel and heads back to his apartment, where he collects some clothing to take to the dry cleaners, destroying more potential evidence of his crime. But he's not done there, as he stops off at a random trash can, tossing a large trash bag inside. Then Jesse takes his rental car for a deep clean, paying particular attention to the rear of the vehicle, where he had stashed the suitcase
he had it.
Grace's
I've done this
body.
before. This can't be his
And
first
with
time.
that,
Because he's deep clean, he's getting all like her
For the next 2 days,
her DNA
Grace's
out of the
family
fucking car,
and
not just
friends go
blood,
through
but like
turmoil. Nobody has heard from
skin
her.
cells.
She hasn't posted on any social media, and she isn't answering either of her two phones. Her family report her missing to Auckland police on December 5th. Grace's father, David, even flies to Auckland and makes a heartfelt appeal for his daughter's safe return.
Grace has been missing for several days.
I really be feeling bad for the parents, just because to go for so long without knowing anything, and then the first bit of news you get regarding your daughter is that she's dead.
With
Like,
so much
this
media
fucking
coverage at the
sucks.
time, Jessie likely saw her father's appeal, and yet the family's pleas went unanswered. But Auckland police are about to use various methods to track Grace's last movements and find their main suspect in her disappearance.
Look at this fucking prick.
They're able to find out she was on a date with a mystery man, and after poring over hours of surveillance footage, they find the last person she was with, and track him back to his apartment. At 3 p.m. on December 5th, the cops turn up at the City Life Hotel, but they almost miss their man, as he eyes them in the lobby when he approaches the front door. Jesse thinks if he casually strolls away, he won't be noticed, but these eagle-eyed cops don't miss a trick and quickly apprehend him before he can make an escape. At this point,
just
the
because you
smartest
casually
thing
walk
for
away, that
Jesse
means
to
they don't see
do
you,
is
buddy.
to own up to his crime, maybe try to play it off as an accident, and face the consequences.
Nigga, what? You can't accidentally strangle somebody!
In the interrogation room,
And anyway,
he
where's the
plans to
body?
lie his way and have about as much evidence as they could possibly ask for.
Fucking dumbass. You're done.
At the start of the interview, he has no reason to lie, as he's just recalling the events before the murder.
Tell us about Grace.
So I was talking to Grace on Tinder.
Yeah.
I just want to know his
Not long
motive.
into this interview, Jesse becomes entangled in his first lie, as he claims Grace was the one pushing for a date, when we already know he was the one trying hard to meet Grace in their initial messages.
Dumbass.
Who was it to go to that particular burger place?
Me. Because I didn't initially know that she was real.
What do you mean?
Nigga,
Well,
what?
there's a lot of... So have you heard of catfish?
Oh, okay.
No.
So catfishing is where someone uses your profile, or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets, and you're a completely different person.
Right.
I think the cop knows what catfishing is.
It's
I
all
don't think
about
he's
the way you
stupid.
look. And so if they use more endearing photos, you're more likely to swipe for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does meeting in a public place sort of protect you from meeting someone who's not as good looking as...
Well, there's security there. So if she wasn't who she said she was, at least in my mind, I'd feel safe.
When Jesse is confronted with evidence from surveillance cameras, he continues to lie, digging a hole for himself that he's going to struggle to escape from.
It's like when you get caught by the police after committing a murder, and you don't know what information they have,
straight down to
you're done.
The bottom.
Like, there's no way of knowing. There's no way to prepare for that. You're done. You're caught.
And I head towards the viaduct.
You go to the viaduct a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've kind of walked in a bit of a funny direction if you were planning to go to the viaduct.
Well, it's the direction I normally go.
Yeah. It's I mean, I'm just sort of saying, like, if you were planning to go to the viaduct.
I normally go down Queen Street and then cross at the bottom of Queen Street, go through the containers, and then walk along the wharf.
Yeah. Is there a particular reason you would kind of do that?
I feel safer down that way.
The cop obviously suspects something strange here. Jesse's behavior and responses don't seem to line up or make sense at all.
Exactly.
If Jesse is lying, it'll only take a good few questions.
Does he not know there's street cameras?
So the cop starts to apply the pressure, sending Jesse into panic.
Got him.
I don't know if she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Am I being arrested for something I didn't do?
You haven't been arrested, mate.
Oh.
No.
Look at this nigga.
Holy.
He's not being arrested just yet, but Auckland police are convinced Jesse is either behind Grace's disappearance or is at least involved. And the more they investigate this case, the more evidence they find to suggest Jesse is the one responsible.
Exactly.
It's not just the surveillance footage that helps solve this case. Remember the new suitcase and cleaning products Jesse bought the morning after?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, they were all bought on Grace's credit card.
Fucking
Night
dumbass!
stay at the City Life Hotel. In fact, it's very possible he paid for his second date on Grace's credit card.
Why would you use her credit card?
Hotel should give Jesse
fucking
time to clean up the
dumbass.
mess.
Wait, just give me a minute.
But it's going to
give me a
take
minute.
more than a.
Huh? Hello there. Why the fuck would you use her credit card? Do you not know there's cameras? So now they see you on the cameras in all these locations, and they also can literally, if they see you on the camera, they can timestamp the time that you were checking out with the bank statements. Because when you purchase something, it shows the time it was purchased. You're fucking dumb. Why would you use her card? You're dumb. You're done. You're caught. What the fuck you even got reason to kill her for? What was the reason? Damn.
Card. An extra day at the hotel should give Jesse time to clean up the mess. But it's going to take more than a carpet cleaner to get rid of the evidence.
Exactly.
When police search his apartment, they find traces of Grace's blood. The credit card payments, the witness testimony, cell phone locations placing Grace and Jesse together, and the staggering detail found in the surveillance footage backed their suspect into a corner, and in his second interview on December 7th,
that's enough evidence to get this nigga arrested, isn't it?
But to confess. A confession that would soon lead into one of the most interesting but troubling defenses ever used in court.
Started talking to me about 50 Shades of Grey, which is a sex fantasy movie that's out. We started having sex. At first it was just normal. It was very placid. And then she asked me if we could get into bondage.
Lies.
And then all I remember is falling asleep in the shower.
That shit did not line up.
I need to stop. There you go.
Would you like some fresh air?
Yeah, please.
Yo, he sounds stupid. Yo, we started fucking. She told me to tie her up. And the last thing I remember is waking up in the shower. Shut up.
I went downstairs and I was just. I don't know, I was all over the place.
You can tell he's lying just by the way he's talking.
I didn't believe what had happened.
You don't sound
was just
believable.
Terrified and scared. I thought that she had gone. I thought she had left.
Pathologist, specialist doctor will perform a post-mortem. Yeah. They're very skilled at establishing people's causes of death. Understand that?
I went to the warehouse.
Like, if they can literally, if they find her body, all they have to do is literally, they can tell the cause of death is strangled, and most likely this nigga's skin cells is all of her body from not only strangling her, but healing her body and then going to bury it. If they find her body, you're done.
It didn't seem right. I left to go and get cleaning products. So I messaged a friend and said I'll meet you at Revelry.
Look at this nigga.
After finishing drinks with...
You just told them that you bought cleaning products, but then now they can see that the fucking card, that you used her card.
And then I went downstairs.
So I'm trying to cry.
And I grabbed the porter thing. And I put the suitcase on top of the porter thing. I drove the hire car into Wilson's car park and parked it. I woke up the next day at about 5 a.m.
I don't feel bad for him.
And drove the car
Stop crying.
out to QMU at first. I picked up a shovel from ITM at QMU. I ended up driving towards the Waitakaries. I went into the bush, I dug a hole, I went and got the suitcase, and I covered the hole, and then I drove.
Yeah, he's crying. I honestly don't feel bad because I haven't seen any reason for him to kill her besides either being a sex-crazed freak who just likes choking, or he just likes killing. I don't know.
Everything.
All of her clothing.
Everything that was in the room.
Whereabouts did you clean the car? The outside of the car?
I think it was in Henderson. I don't know West very well.
Okay. And what did you use to clean the car?
Nigga telling everything.
Water blaster thing from a car cleaner.
Pressure washer.
Did she have any injuries?
Dumbass.
Not that I can remember.
Wrong.
I was just panicking.
Did you inflict any injuries?
Has he? Wait, I don't know if I was locked in or not. Did he admit to killing her yet?
Did you kill Grace Mullane?
Okay, no, he didn't.
Okay.
So he's just saying how he found her. I
for
think
the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Yeah.
Did you intend to cause her death?
No.
Are you ready to take us to where she is?
The media
I don't
called
believe
it the
that.
50 Shades of Grey defense. The idea is that someone may consent to being harmed during intimacy knowing the dangers involved. If they made no indication to stop, then it would be seen as an accident, and the person responsible shouldn't face a murder charge.
That's
But this
crazy.
defense has always been seen as more of a scapegoat, used by lawyers to try and get their defendant off with a lighter sentence, which in this case would be manslaughter. This doesn't change what happened after Grace's death, and the disturbing series of events uncovered during the investigation.
Yeah,
From
the
December
lies,
1st,
the using
the
her
day
credit
before
card.
the date, all the way to December 7th, cops found Google searches made by Jesse looking for a place to hide the body. He'd also taken photos of Grace's body before and after he packed her into the suitcase.
Dumbass.
They found Grace's body on December 9th, 2018 in the
This is
Waitaka
the most
Ranges
stupidest
just
killer in the
outside of
world.
Auckland.
Oh my God, this
It was
nigga's
determined
stupid.
that she was strangled and had bruises on her arms and chest consistent with being pinned down. In New Zealand, there's no such thing as first-degree or second-degree murder. All charges are treated the same, carrying a life sentence.
Damn.
That meant there was no investigation into the premeditation. All that mattered was if Jesse killed her or not. It was
Okay.
that simple. Jesse maintained
W
his
law.
innocence, but was eventually found guilty. And on February 21st, 2020,
fucking
he
prick.
was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. After his trial, 2 more women came forward and claimed Jesse had sexually assaulted them.
Fucking knew it. I knew that it wasn't that nigga first time.
Sentence.
He got to be like the most stupidest killer I've ever seen. Not only so, bro met her in public, went on a date, had her come back to the hotel room, quote unquote fucked her, and then just strangled and pinned her down. I don't think they got into anything intimate. I don't think it got to that point. He might have like tried to initiate it, and she was like, no, I don't want to. Then he fucking pinned her down and strangled her to death. Next day, bro goes to get cleaning equipment with her fucking credit card and buys a suitcase, all on camera with her credit card, hides her body, and then he's gonna try and go to the police and lie to us. Oh yeah, we was getting a little freaky. You know what I mean? You know, she wanted to get tied up. Oh, the last thing I remember is falling asleep in the shower. Shut the fuck up. You're dumb, okay? That shit not gonna work. God damn. Like if you murdered her, and if you like murdering, I don't know what this nigga motives was, but just admit to it and take the fucking jail time. If he would have you know, like surrendered straight away, and probably like, oh yeah, I don't know what was wrong, and he probably would have got less sentence than 17 years. Most likely he would have got 5 or 8 years, maybe 10, but not 17. It's just like, at that point, give the fuck up. You're gonna get caught eventually. I seen a video where a nigga from, I think 50 years ago got arrested for murder she did way back when. The cops don't forget. If they find murders connected to you or previous murders, your ass is getting caught, nigga. You're gonna get caught eventually, either by the law or by Mother Nature. You're either gonna die or go to jail. That shit not worth it. Sorry for ranting a little bit, bro, but if y'all want to see me do more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.